Hi everybody, welcome to DayZ. Welcome to my DayZ experimental 1.17 local server. And today I'm going to share with you some theories about why I think that radiation clouds may well be coming to DayZ. And it's all because of these fascinating things here. The new kitchen timer, which is coming with DayZ 1.17. And if you didn't know, and if you're on PC, you probably wouldn't have known this. The tomato kitchen timer is a iconic item found in one of Bohemia Interactive's other games, Vigor. And in fact, if we take a kitchen timer into our hand and we have a look at it, in the description is turn it or burn it, which is exactly the same as the description used in a lot of Vigor promotional materials. So let's dive in. Let me show you kind of the proofs, if you like, of this, and we can kind of talk about what this may well mean for DayZ and for Vigor as well. So let's have a look. So DayZ, is made by Bohemia Interactive, who make lots of different games. So you've got DayZ, and then you've got Vigor, Armour, and obviously all the other stuff as well they do. Now here you can see Vigor. So this is from the Vigor website. This is a blog post from back in 2019 where they were talking about the release for the game, and there we can see turn it or burn it, the road to full release. So here we're seeing two connections between Vigor. Not only we have the tomato kitchen timer, we've also got use of the same image as well. Here's a t-shirt on the Bohemia Active store, again featuring the tomato timer with the words turn it or burn it. So obviously this is not a coincidence. This is another image from Vigor, the tomato timer, and here is a image for Vigor's anniversary week. Again, we have the tomato kitchen timer used there. So you can see the tomato timer, the one in DayZ and the one in Vigor, really they're closely related. This isn't just a coincidence. So what is Vigor? So Vigor is a free-to-play third-person looter-shooter that's only available on console. You can get it on Switch, PlayStation, and Xbox, but you can't get it on PC yet. And what you do in Vigor is you have like this home base that you can build up that nobody else can get to. It's your own base, and you can level it up. Give it power. You can give it like a kitchen. You can give it crafting tables. You can give it ways of making other stuff as well. And in order to get the materials and things you need to build up your base, you have to you do these almost like raids where you spawn in an area. It's all set in kind of Scandinavia. The idea is after a nuclear war, I think in like the 1980s and 1990s, and you'll spawn in on one of these maps, and you can run around and you can loot everything. You can engage with other players. I think there's up to 12 other players who can be on the same raid that you're on, and you can either choose to shoot them, or you could just ignore people. There's an airdrop that comes over that's got high-level loot in, and then you have to extract. So what happens is the radiation cloud comes in, and you need to find one of the extraction points before the radiation cloud covers, so you can then extract and take those things back to your base. If you die while you're there, you lose the stuff that you took into the raid, and anything that you found there. Now, the thing that tells you when the radiation is going to come in, the alarm, is the tomato timer. So what happens is when you first start a raid, your character sets the timer, and then you'll hear a ringing noise, and that means you can then know it's time to find one of the exit points. So that's kind of how it works. So the question is then, what does this mean for DayZ? Well, let's take just a quick step backwards and have a look at how important Vigor and DayZ are to Bohemia Interactive, because again, as I say, if you've been on PC, you're probably not familiar with Vigor, and this is a blog post from Bohemia Interactive where they talk about the number of active players for all their games in 2021, and that the most popular game by active players is Vigor. 7,385,000 unique players, unique users played Vigor in 2021, which is significantly more than DayZ at 6.6 million, Armour 3 at 2.3 million. So that's very, very important. Now, you have to remember that in Vigor, it's free to play. But you can buy like booster packs, and you can buy cosmetics, and you can buy things to make the game a little bit easier. So undoubtedly, Bohemia will want to monetize these free-to-play players and maybe encourage them to explore their paid products as well, and maybe also encourage maybe the people from like DayZ to explore Vigor, because that's a lot of unique players. So both games are really, really, really important. So what could this mean? So as I said, the thing about Vigor is the tomato timer is used to warn you when radiation clouds are coming in. So what could this mean for DayZ and Chernarus? And I think we could say that it could just be a simple nod to the fellow developers at BI from the DayZ, the DayZ developers. Maybe they got hold of the 3D model, so it's an easy install, and they put it in the game. They've put the same catchphrase with it as well. It's a nice little Easter egg for people who know Vigor, and they might be like, all right, yeah, this is cool, this is that, and it's just a nice little bit of kind of lore sort of stuff. Could also mean maybe Vigor is coming to PC. Because it's always a bit odd that it isn't on PC. I've never kind of understood why they haven't released it on PC yet. Because, it's some people would call it a simpler version of something like Tarkov. Escape from Tarkov, where you have a base, you're doing up that base, you're making your character more powerful, getting better weapons and stuff like that, and you go on these raids. If you die on the raid, you lose the stuff that you've taken in, but your character overall doesn't die, they just reappear at the base. Maybe it's something like that. Maybe it's some sort of crossover or cross-promotional event. Because I've said, you've seen that Vigor is by unique users, is Bohemia Interactive's most popular game. And maybe there's going to be something appearing in Vigor related to DayZ. Now, this might be a little bit far-fetched because just having this tomato timer doesn't make you go, all right, I'll check out Vigor. You'd need to kind of watch this video, wouldn't you, to do something like that. But maybe something is along that lines. However, the other thing is, we all know that all game developers enjoy putting kind of Easter eggs and clues and hints in their games that aren't obvious. Maybe this tomato timer is coming because radiation clouds are coming to DayZ. Maybe we're going to see, in the same way that Vigor, you kind of get this radiation cloud that comes in from random directions swamping the map. Maybe we'll see radiation clouds coming into parts of Chernarus. Maybe they're temporary radiation clouds, maybe there'll be permanent radiation areas. Maybe you set the timer for like 15 minutes or half an hour, and that's the time that you can safely go into the radiation and come out again before you start taking damage. Maybe something like that. Or it could be some other part of Vigor that is going to be coming over to DayZ. It could be simple skins, couldn't it, or something like that. DayZ skins appearing in Vigor, or some other gameplay element coming over from Vigor. Maybe they're going to make the base building a little bit better, because what is really cool in Vigor is how you can deck out your base. And it goes from looking like a shack to looking like something a little bit more substantial. Radiation clouds, though, definitely a possibility. Now, of course, it could all just be, as I said, kind of with number one, a simple nod to fellow BI developers from the DayZ developers, and it could just be what it is, which is a kitchen timer that makes noise when you set it and rings. Maybe we'll be able to attach it to some sort of explosive to make some sort of improvised timed bomb, but who knows. The thing I would say, though, it is really good to kind of play around with these ideas and think about what maybe could be, because as we know, there's a reason why they put turn it or burn it in the description. There's a reason why this is in the Vigor promotional materials and on the t-shirt. So I don't know, what do you think? How do you think this is going to affect DayZ? If you're a Vigor player and you're watching this, or you're a DayZ player watching this, is it just a nod? Is it that Vigor is coming to PC? Is it that some of the it's just going to be a cross promotional event between DayZ and Vigor? Is it that something like radiation clouds are coming to DayZ from Vigor? I don't know, but whatever you think, put your questions and comments in the below the description below the video. And if you've liked the video, hit like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe, and I will of course see you again soon.